Right now I'm riding Maxine, and she's amazing, and she's an Arabian horse. She's so smart, and I don't know, she likes me, so yeah. I love her, so yeah. We make a good team.
When she started here 2.5 years ago, she was riding one of the Norwegian fjords. I tell Abby you could do an Irish dance on top of this horse and she wouldn't move. I mean, she's just a very stable horse, which is exactly what Abby needed during that time. About halfway through Abby's freshman year in high school, she started having headaches that were getting worse and worse. Her doctors were treating it as migraines. She started having some vision and speech issues, along with nausea, and vomiting was coming with that. So at that point, they did a CAT scan, and she had about a lemon-sized tumor on her left temporal and parietal lobes in her brain. She had that removed here in Spokane. It was biopsied and diagnosed in Seattle to be a ATRT. It's an atypical teratoid rhabdoid tumor. It's a very aggressive, rare pediatric brain tumor. She went through just really intense treatments, multiple rounds of high-dose chemo, 3 stem cell transplants, proton beam therapy, and came out of that in January of 2015. And so she was cancer-free, very weak, trying to get her strength back and her life back.
I thought I was home free, like cancer-free, yay! But then all of a sudden, my right side hand and my leg, all of a sudden it's like off. You know, it's just like, what's happening?
So August of 2015 is when the radiation damage started. They started her on high-dose steroids at first, and then we were driving to Seattle every 2 weeks for treatments, and she just continually got worse. So she had brain tissue dying in that radiation field. So by the end, after about 10 months, she had virtually lost her ability to speak, unable to read, lost half her vision, weakness on her right side. So symptoms very similar to somebody who's had a stroke. At her lowest point, she was a shell. I mean, we had really pretty much lost her personality. I mean, she just had lost her ability to communicate. I mean, she couldn't even tell you, like we'd show her therapist would show her a picture of an apple, she couldn't even tell you what it was. So she had an experimental brain surgery done in Seattle Children's because they were running out of options, and her neurosurgeon, Dr. Ogeman, did a laser ablation on her brain, and that stopped the spread of the damage. And since then, she has been slowly recovering.
I have a reading and speech therapy, and it's better and better. Just like talking-wise, it's better. I have a bunch of therapies in the morning, but I'm just like exhausted. I'm like, ugh. But then I have horse therapy. I'm just like, okay, that one, I love it. So I'm just like, I'm so excited. I love it. It helps my confidence. I'm just so grateful and happy, and yeah.
As she's progressed, I'm seeing a confidence that she didn't even have in her before all this happened. And I would say Free Rein is a great part of that. Having to get outside of herself, having to be an advocate for herself, having to speak for herself. Her right leg and hip and all of that is getting stronger and stronger. She is getting more use in her ankle, and I believe that the horse riding is helping that as well, because there's so much work even with that weight in the stirrups and that she's doing, so she is getting more strength in those areas.
All of my therapies, it helps me, but I need something to look forward to. Before, when I had cancer and stuff, I was a dancer and I loved it. You know, I love competing and stuff. You know, for some reason, I love to do that. But now I want to do dressage or something. Having
that as a goal for her is invaluable as a dad having a daughter who's lost so much, that she has a vision and a passion for something. She gets up in the morning, every morning with a smile and purpose. She sings, she has purpose in her day. She makes her breakfast and her lunch and gets ready for her day, whether it's working with me at my job or any of her therapies or coming to Free Rein. I mean, she has an amazing attitude, and it's consistent and it's humbling as a dad. I love Free Rein. All of a sudden, I was so happy, you know, just like, oh my gosh, I love horses. When I was younger, I didn't ride horses, but now I do, and I'm just like so happy. You're impacting lives. You're impacting somebody like Abby. I can't think of a better thing to give to.